Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Lapis here, back with another Minecraft video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about something that happened nearly 6 months ago. Actually, it's almost 7 at this point. But I graduated high school, and I haven't talked about graduation yet, because last commentary video, we left off at around senior sunset, I think. But we're going to be continuing off right from where we left off, with yearbooks. So, we had our yearbooks being given out, and my friend and I wanted to get our yearbooks early, so we kind of just hopped out of class and we walked down to the gym, and we grabbed our yearbooks. Now, signing yearbooks is an interesting thing at my was an interesting thing at my school because I'm not there anymore. But it was tough, especially going to other teachers, because the teachers were told to not let the kids walk around trying to get their yearbook signed, but the kids obviously want to get their yearbook signed. And if you're not going to do it during school, then you're never going to get a chance to do it, because then you're just going to leave school, and so it was tough, but we found our ways. You go to the bathroom, but like you go with your yearbook. You gotta protect it or something. But then you just walk to a different class. You ask for them to sign your yearbook, and then you do. And I didn't do that much. I usually tried to go during passing. If there's like a teacher that I really wanted, I would ask them as I was walking by their class. They just quickly jot something down, and then I'd be on my way. But no one was really too strict with anything. But something they were strict with was attendance. So at my school, they had a limit on how many absences you could have throughout the year to be able to graduate. And I'm not sure if this was true or not, but they were saying they were going to be really strict with it this year. And every single year, there's this thing called senior skip day, where the whole senior class decides one day that they're just going to skip school. So the teachers have to come in, and the teachers could just have an empty class. Maybe there'll be one kid who wasn't able to go to senior skip day since they didn't have enough absences. But yeah, just imagine that. Imagine how awkward it would be to be that one kid with the one teacher. It's like a one-on-one session with the teacher. It's almost like tutoring, but it's your school teacher. It's kind of weird. So I had absences to waste. So on senior skip day, my friends and I went to an amusement park. Now I am okay, maybe not deathly scared of roller coasters, but I'm not the biggest fan of roller coasters. But since I was in a group of people who were like, oh my god, we need to go on every roller coaster possible, I had to go on a bunch of them. I had never really been on a proper roller coaster because just the idea of them, I've been on some small ones, and just when they have those drops, you feel like you can't control your body, and your legs are just weightless, and I was never a fan of that feeling. But since I was with a friend group, I had to go on all the roller coasters they wanted to. We went on this one roller coaster. It wasn't that hard of a roller coaster. It was pretty easy, but we went on it 8 times in a row because there was no line. So we just get off the roller coaster and then go back on it. And then at one point, the people who were running the coaster were just like, yo, you can just stay on if you want to run it back. So we started having a really good time, especially me, because I was really scared to go on them. And at one point, during the incline of the roller coaster, we just started screaming for no reason to freak everyone else out who might have been on the roller coaster. It was really, really fun. And then there was this one water rapids ride that we went on once, and the goal was to not get wet. We all got absolutely drenched. It felt pretty good though, because the weather, it was really hot that day. It was 93 or something Fahrenheit. If you're watching from Europe or something, I don't know where my viewers are from. There was a couple other rides that were getting closed down and stuff because it was getting late into the day, but this one was still open. So we came back later, and then we got drenched one more time, and it was just a really good time, just hanging out with all the people that like Saiso and Penguin and 25TY. We were with all these guys, and it was really good. It was really fun. Now that was senior skip day. Another day that we have at my school is senior day. Now senior day, it was so warm that day. Everyone was drenched from sweat. And senior day was the last day that seniors had to come into school. So this is a couple weeks into June. On senior day, we practiced how to graduate, and we got a couple lawn signs and a bag, and then we just kept signing yearbooks with whoever we could find. And after that, me and the boys all went to Saiso's house, and we cooked some food. So we made Alfredo pasta, we made pasta with tomato sauce, and then we made eggplant parm. And surprisingly, we cooked for 4.5 hours. We were cooking for so long, but all the food came out really, really good. So honestly, it's a really good job by us. And from senior day, we hop into the big spectacle that is graduation. So for graduation, we had it at this one venue, and there was this little holding area where all the kids would be before they called out each homeroom. At the start, there was 700 kids in that holding area. But as the homeroom started walking out, the anticipation started building up. And my homeroom was like the second to last homeroom. So I just watched all of my friends walk out. I watched like they were all just on stage by the time that it was my turn to walk out. And when it was time to walk out, like my heart is pounding. But one really nice thing was that a really nice Spanish teacher that I had, I think like a year before, she was standing on the side and like she made like this little heart with her hand, and it was just like comforting because like that's someone I know and that's someone I appreciate, and it was really nice to have them there. Now, since my homeroom was the second to last one, we were sitting in the very last row of kids on the right side of the graduation thing. So we had like, there was a right side, there was a left side, and then there was an aisle between. So when you went up to graduate, you would go out to either the right if you're on the right, and you go out to the left if you're on the left, and then you come back down through the middle. So, you know, there's no way anyone's gonna miss you. Plus, you're gonna be up on like near a podium, like you're gonna be on stage when they give you your diploma. When it was my turn to get up in line and go walk onto the stage, I started walking down the aisle, like on the far right, and I looked down to fix my cords. Because when you graduate, like you have your cap and gown, and you have cords from your honor societies or whatever. So I looked down at my cords and I was like, wait, I'm missing one. And I turned around and I look over my shoulder and it's just on the ground under my seat. So I went up to graduate with 2 cords. But before I graduated and after I graduated, I had 3. It's really funny to look back on. I feel like it's something that I'm not gonna forget. Because I saw it and I was like, but like I can't disrupt everyone, right? Like I just gotta go with the flow. I can't go back and get the cord. It would mess up the line and everything. That was really funny. And the very last kid that went up to graduate got such a massive cheer, because everyone was kind of just like, thank God it's over. I feel like the way he received it, like he was pumping up the crowd and everything, it was really cool to see that. After I sat back down, I got my cord back, and one funny thing is my cap, as I was walking back down the middle aisle, it sort of slipped off my head, but I caught it so it didn't look that weird. But I was just like walking with my diploma in one hand, my cap in the other. You know, at least I didn't embarrass myself and drop it. So then we threw our caps up, and at home I'd written my initials inside my cap because I was like, you know, it would be nice to have it back. But I threw it up so high that I kind of just lost track, and everyone just got a cap to make sure that they had one to take home, and I wasn't able to get one. But you know what? It's really not about the cap, right? It's about that moment of letting the cap go and not holding back, you know? The possibilities are endless, and my possibility was that I wouldn't get it back. And that's perfectly fine with me, because the memories that are associated with everything else that happened beside that cap are so valuable. Anyways, we went outside and we took a crap ton of photos with absolutely everyone. Everyone was sweaty and stuff, but there was like a beautiful sunset developing as well, and the whole vibe around that graduation day was just incredible. That was honestly the last time I was seeing 95% of those people. And you know, everyone in your yearbooks writes like, oh, keep in touch, you know, we should hang out after school ends, but it doesn't happen most of the time, right? Schedules don't match up, everyone's got different breaks when it comes to college, and people drift, and it happens. It's normal. Now, I had a couple of grad parties to attend as well, one of whom was Saiso's grad party, and another which was 25TY's grad party. So at Saiso's grad party, I got together with 2 of my friends, and we made like a little impromptu poem about Saiso. It was really funny, but like a lot of the adults didn't understand the references because we kind of wrote it in Gen Z language. Actually, I do know. I have it with me right here. Hold on. I could look-y just read it out. Oh my glorious King Saiso, the first time I met you, you told me to love on, so I fell in love with your eyes and your skinny thighs. There's some rhyming, obviously. I'm not trying to dox my friends, so I changed some of the words. But yeah, I also don't know if I'm gonna put that poem in the video, but we'll see. And then there was another grad party for 25TY, and at his grad party, they all decided to prank call me. So I was coming home from a game, and I got a call from Penguin. So I was like, yeah, like, you know, of course I'm gonna pick it up. And I pick up the phone, and I start talking, and I hear this echo in the background, and I'm like, why am I echoing, right? Because my phone doesn't usually do that. Turns out they put me on the speaker so that everyone could hear our conversation. And I sort of had a feeling that there was something goofy that was happening. So I made sure that I didn't say anything too weird. And I kind of just was like, oh, I'll be there soon. I just gotta go home and shower. Now I was at practice one day, and I noticed a helicopter fly by, and I was like, you know, that's normal. But then I just sort of noticed it circling above me as I was practicing, and I was like, maybe someone's training, you know, someone's practicing how to fly a helicopter over an open field to make sure that no one gets hurt. But then I saw one more come, and then another, and then another, and they were all just circling around me. And I was just so confused. But then I pulled out my phone and I searched up like why were there so many helicopters on in this area, you know, or all around these streets. And turns out there was like a water main break on the next street over. So they were doing a little news coverage. I was low-key interested to know if me practicing came up in the footage, but it didn't. I found that out later. Unfortunate, but I did not pull through with the national news. But anyways, that's a very quick video about graduation and some stuff that's happened recently. I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.